After we do chapter 10, we're gonna go do some side stories.
Because we're probably gonna need it after our adventure in the happy, fun time, fucking concentration camp.
We've been
It's time to start.
for our next mission.
Blood
The militia's
Raven,
taking back the
Dawn of
city
War
of
3.
No.
We'll happily do it if it's good. I haven't played it yet, but most of the initial reviews that I've seen are just like,
If we manage to reclaim it,
I've
it'll
played
be a
it.
shot in
It's
the arm
very
to Goliath's productivity.
but at the same time, like the
Sounds
story
good.
and the characters
So
are
what's
still
the plan,
pretty good.
boss?
So I
The
figure
militia will
I figure
break
at
up
some
into
point we're gonna
squads
do
and
Dawn
set
of
up a
War 1
perimeter
so we
around
can
the city.
introduce everybody to the
This
characters.
is the most unhelpful beginning of a briefing I've ever seen. The militia will break up into squads. We're already a bunch of squads, you fucking dingoes.
Once that's set, Squad 7 takes
Well,
the
you know.
point.
Hey, you
Here,
want to know? You want to
look
know
at
what
this.
looks gigantic and is gigantic? The other game Arcane made and just
An
released,
armored
Prey.
rail vehicle?
It's fucking amazing. Just gonna
Yeah,
say that.
They installed it
I
to
have
defend their
everything
hold
about
on the
that
city.
looks good.
Now our mission
I have
is
sunk
to
so many
destroy
hours
it.
in. I know it's not on too many people's radars.
Yeah, okay, so we
Because
destroy
Bethesda
it.
doesn't like to have
Any
reviews
idea how
done.
we take
Like
on a
they're
beast like that?
basically at war with reviewers these
It's gonna
days.
take a lot more than a pack of
Thanks to
soldiers
leaks and
marching
everything.
at it to do
So
that,
like I've played
boss.
about 15 hours of it. I don't even think I'm halfway
Don't
through
worry.
the game yet.
We've
Just
got
from
some
like
hefty
wandering
support on
around,
this
listening
one.
to things,
Support?
goofing
Like
off,
who?
that sort of stuff.
You know that Darksons from Empire-held areas have been brought
So
there,
it's gonna
right?
be it's gonna be pretty good.
Wait, is Octavia back in the chat?
Yes.
Yeah, Octavia Witch is
That
asking.
they're
Yeah,
being
the
used
guy
as
who,
labor
or
in the
whoever
magnet
said,
mines and
what
weapons
makes a distinctive
factories.
flesh-on-flesh sound, because I still haven't gotten over that.
Oh yeah,
According to
that was a
Captain
joke.
Varane, one of the
That
men in
was
the camps is
that
acting
was
as our
Octavia's
agent.
joke. That was a great one.
Here I get my hopes up.
I'm just not exactly sure what
Got any
we're
more
referring
great
to there,
news?
because if we're referring to, you know,
What
I
do you
mean
mean
the
by
It was
the
Octavia.
the shit that we've done, but
I'm just saying, I hope this guy's not as stubborn as someone else we know.
Please stop judging people solely by your preconceptions.
Needless to
All
say, I'm trying to
Dachshunds
get
are
Dishonored 2 to run at a decent
Sure
clip.
could've
I'm gonna be
fooled
doing a
me.
bit of
I couldn't
footage
tell you
editing
dark
a little
hair's
later
apart if I
to see
tried.
if one recording I've done recently.
I don't
On the
believe
spine,
you
on my-
really tried,
ho ho
Rosie.
ho, I am the
Hey,
big
shut up!
guy.
You're talking over prejudice.
Oh, just
And-
drop it already.
Is that also
Rosie,
supposed to
We'll do our
save
best
me?
to help you. If
Rosie!
the orders say work with a
No, you
Darkson, we
just
do.
didn't.
That said, I ain't making
Oh
any
my
promises
god,
that this guy
Rosie,
turns
I
out
can't,
to be
I
useless.
genuinely forgot that she just basically
can't know
like
for
ups
sure
the
until we
ante
meet
on
him.
being
The
racist.
mission
I
hinges
thought
on
it was like, oh yeah, they have the trouble, but they get no. Rose just gets worse and
We
worse.
begin the march on Fousen at first light. The
I'm
attack begins
not
at
a fan
sundown.
of these levels. Like I said, the only reason I don't like these next few levels is because they all have those effect down weaponry. I'm so fucking hate those weapons.
Oh, I thought it was just because it required intense concentration.
No, that's expert missions, which I'm not sure if I
stench is
really want to do or not.
unbearable.
It's so boring.
I just turned to the audience and
Please,
shrugged at this juncture.
some
It's like, what am I
food,
working with
sir.
here?
Even water.
Do-do-do.
Keep your distance. Presumptuous
General
dark
Wario.
General
Filthy.
Gregor, you don't get to complain about the smell when you're
is the
responsible
one
for like
responsible
the
for this
absolutely
hovel?
appalling living conditions they're in.
You
Like-
rang?
Oh. There you go.
Well, I mean, clearly he can because he's being a douche.
Duke.
I hear a
You said
worker-
the
Yeah,
word
I-
Duke and
I
douche.
was
Obeying
like
his
trying
work
to
orders. Would you care to
decide whether I
explain
wanted
this
to
infection?
make a douche joke or
He's
a
not disobeying
shit
you. He's
joke,
been sick
and I
as a
like
dog for a couple
changed
of
my
days
mind
now.
halfway through that
Folks
word.
from other camps working D sector have gotten sick lately too. One's in a coma.
Rosie may be part Eldar. What
That's
do you
where they
think?
handle Ragnite Refinery.
Blood Raven's
Sure.
coming up with all the
Exhaust
Warhammer
being
references
handled
lately.
right.
Yeah, I mean, she's a
That's no concern of
she's a
yours
bird
or
bone,
mine.
has
You
a ridiculous
animals need to be silent
hairstyle,
and
and
obey.
kind of reminds me of
Let's
a
think of
howling
it this
banshee,
way.
so I can see it.
You drive them to death and the work stops getting done. That doesn't help you much, eh? I'll let you know
Huh.
as soon as you
Basic
can.
logic.
Sorry, but if
Think
you,
you could let him
if
rest
you
for now?
have to give a dog complex instructions to do things, then that's
Very well.
pretty much not a pet
Have him
anymore.
return to work the minute he's able. And remember, no one would miss the likes
Oh
of
no!
a few of
Oh no!
you
Practicality and
maggots.
racism colliding.
Well, I do appreciate the attention to detail on this guy. Okay, this mission's pretty easy. All you do is use Alicia and the tank.
Here is
I
your
really
mission brief.
appreciate how Gregor's mouth is just like
Wario.
literally an exponent sign.
He's a shaved.
Oh yeah, I
copycat,
said
that's
I'm
what
not
he
reading
is.
these briefings. Yeah, I'm skipping right over all this because it's
I mean,
bullshit.
the content of the briefing is going to become fairly obvious when we get in there and watch you destroy these missions. I'm not terribly sad about this.
Okay, this doesn't. We have to get the tank to a certain location, which means like the turn count is based around that. It's like you have to move the tank twice per turn, or you just don't win.
Get to the rendezvous point. Squad 7.
It's basically set in stone because you're tied to the AP bar here. That's what makes it so formulaic, and we only need one unit to back up the tank. In fact, you could probably do it without amp, so they don't get a Lancer on my ass.
I still will.
Lancer on my ass.
I still will never get over the graphic novel visual onomatopoeia that is in even the cutscenes.
Shuffle.
So good.
They are just damn good.
All right,
at what
it's time to tank.
Yeah, as much as I will continue to yell about, you know, anime tropes or whatever, the art direction in this game
She's
is
telling
still
us about
fantastic.
trolley cars on these maps. No big deal.
Enemy sighted.
You just hop in and shoot stuff.
Fuck this guy.
Power, love.
Now.
You know, there's a level of overkill and.
Just like go to them and run them over instead of shooting them.
No, it doesn't do any damage. We already established this.
And to be honest, that's funnier anyway. It's just.
And that guy.
You
That's
say
the end of
we've
this guy.
already established this, by the way, but I don't remember, so I imagine nobody else does either.
Yeah, because you're a terrible person.
I mean, if my biggest vice is that I don't remember random bits of anime information, I'll go before my maker with a clear conscience.
Who is Cool Guy's maker anyway? This is absurd.
Open question, I think.
Cool guy dies, goes to heaven, and he's there, and there's like a dude now asking about Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Did you just say Evangelion? Because I was moving around.
Enemy sighted.
I mean, yeah, he did, and that was one of the first animes I ever watched.
That was a good
I
show.
think I got about halfway through it, and then Ritsuko started attributing mysticism to like hard science, and I was just like, done.
You've got to remember Hideaki Anno, the guy responsible for it, really liked just mushing that stuff together because he thought it sounded really cool.
Don't step on
like,
landmines. It's bad for your health.
Step on all the landmines. It's alright. It's like it really was one of those rather amusing things. Is that like so much of Neon Genesis Evangelion sort of clicks together.
That might be bad. Oh shit.
In terms of like analysis and stuff like that. But it's like in a lot of ways by accident.
Grenades
like,
have really shitty radius. I'm just gonna point that out. They're not that good.
What aren't that good? I was honestly
Grenades.
Okay. Oh, grenades. Okay.
Yeah, they have shitty radius.
Radii. Radius.
Shut up.
Radio.
If I
shut
up,
mortars.
Like, defeat the entire point of the air.
I hope you appreciate like all the.
It's time for our stream and let's play. Shut up. We have to listen to the tank opener.
Surely you do appreciate shooting people with a tank shell. This is how unnecessary this is.
There's a small little warm flame in my stomach that just warms my soul every time I see one of these dudes explode. But that I don't necessarily need to listen to vroom vroom. Okay, I'm done.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
But that must mean there's an enemy stank out there somewhere.
Enemy sighted.
That was getting a bit annoying. Don't do that again.
Fire!
Do it again.
No. I'll disconnect the Skype call.
Now we're playing in complete silence for I need
This is an order.
form.
Brace up and get ready to defend yourself.
I love how the shaders on this map when the cut-ins happen and like the orders, it's darker on their pictures as well because it's a dark map. Where the fuck are we anyway? Are we like in some kind of cave? I never looked at this map too much.
It's Faustin. It looks like it's an open cut mine.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Open cut mines are massive. Like in the area I live in, there are some.
Stop me?
like straight up ridiculous, ridiculously.
Do you guys ever
deep
play
ones.
Mega Man Legends? Either one of those games?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, because that's because like the color of their faces is like when Mega Man starts turning darker when you do mean things. That's kind of what it's reminding me of.
Honestly,
Like kicking the dog in Mega Man Legends 1.
Honestly, I always wonder why that was a mechanic. Just be a dickhead.
Yeah, and then and then you eventually can tell Roll that she's a busybody, and then she breaks her tools or something, and then it costs more to do things. Jesus.
It's like, yeah, it's like, what? What's the point of that? Is it just they put it just because I thought it would be funny?
It's Japan.
Was
It's
like,
Capcom, actually. So yeah.
Yeah,
I know, but it's just,
That makes things a bit easier.
I'm telling you, like, unironically, probably, like, the entire reason that happened is because people were working too many nights for too long of a time, and they just started putting that sort of thing in to just vent their own their own annoyance, and then eventually there was just so much of it that they couldn't get rid of it all.
Is it just vengeance against the work cycle?
No, they cannot dodge when they're lying in grass. That already counts as being evaded.
I have done that shit before.
Okay, that was probably really fucking dumb, but whatever.
Here we go.
Well, you did something. I see a health bar, and you did something.
Yeah, somebody flew.
Yeah, Lancer.
Octavia, to answer your question, they can dodge while lying
No!
down.
They can't. I just said no.
They can't. Okay, my bad.
Well, just to let you
I'm very
know,
defensive.
they exist in a quantum state of being able to and not being able to dodge simultaneously, but it only matters when you shoot them, but that's okay because Anisha used undodgeable shot, so...
Anyway, when you're lying down in the grass, that counts as like sitting behind sandbags. It counts as being in defense, but you don't get to roll for evasion because
we'll never know because like she used undodgeable shot, so there's no way to actually tell.
Well, I can tell because I know everything about this game.
Fine, I'm going back to drinking.
Yeah, I heard the little squeaky sound.
I've never seen this before. I like what this guy has chosen to do. I'm very impressed by this, in fact. I'm glad we can do this on a stream.
That seems like a very bad life decision on his part.
And guess what? I'm not going to spoil what just happened.
Did he? Yes!
Yeah, he killed himself. I think we need some fan art of that. Can someone get on that for me?
Wow. That was a poor...
I've never seen that happen before, so I guess my knowledge of this game has just improved slightly.
I mean, it was a final life decision at the absolute least.
Oh, god damn
it was a decisive life decision.
Ah, whatever. I don't need to fucking move the tank again.
Here we go.
Some other poor SOB just gets thrown around again.
That should have killed them in one hit. I guess I didn't aim far enough because it probably blocked by the sandbag. I don't know.
Target silenced.
Whatever. My tank is big.
If at first you don't succeed, continue over.
Gotta love nature.
Listen to what Welkin says.
I like how the one scout that you killed and had a thing down there had a set of binoculars on his chest. You could like still see his chest moving with his breathing.
Keep taking him down.
Gotta love nature. I say as I shoot a man with a big tank shell.
In the middle of a horrible mine where there is no identifiable nature around. I'm still really unclear
Everyone's
on
dying from being gassed by Ragnite.
Yeah. I'm still really unclear.
Okay, so I told you all. I said last time there was an ace name that we're gonna have to pay attention to, and he's coming up here in a second after I kill these two assholes.
Oh boy.
2 red snipers. 2 red guys. And there's a red guy around the corner, he's the ace. And I'll let you read out his name, and then you'll have to remember that for later.
Do I remember anything?
Actually, you're gonna want to remember this because it's in DLC.
DL dude. Dude LC. That's actually better, dude LC.
Yeah, look at
Chipper,
this guy. Yeah.
Chip, come.
Yep, he's the end of this guy.
You're doing well. Just keep it up.
Ozwald the Iron.
Oswald. Gotta keep that name in mind, man.
My turn.
Man, all I can think of is Ozwald the Rabbit, like that old that old.
Yeah, you wouldn't be wrong. I'm not kidding. You're not wrong.
That's like he was named after that shit.
Well, it's gonna be. You'll find out. But it makes sense. Don't worry.
Here we go.
You're kidding. I'm like.
I'm not kidding, man. Have I ever lied to you?
Yes, actually, yes.
No, no.
Mostly when it would be really amusing for you, but it has happened.
All right, next turn we win. That's all you do. You don't have. You know, you can just throw penetration on Alicia and then shoot the tank anyway, so it doesn't matter. This is new game strategy. Oh, I appear to have made a mistake.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're gonna get shelled.
No, the mortar won't do any damage. I might have. Oh, never mind. I thought he would have called in a lancer. I forgot to capture the camp in my bloodlust. I was so impressed by that guy dying to his own mortar that I didn't do that. But whatever, it's over.
I was wondering about that. Oh, he's going for your camp? Is that it?
They're not gonna get my camp. That's like on the other side of the map.
Yeah, your camp's like a million miles away. And
very questionable decisions by AI.
I'm not doing the DLC after the main game. We're gonna do the DLC when it's relevant, which is the next 4 levels.
So we're gonna see the DLC like either tonight or on Thursday. That's what I just heard.
It's kind of long though, so not tonight. We got a bunch of missions to go through tonight.
Honestly, like a health bar of 5 digits isn't really that big of a deal if you've played Super Robot Wars.
Or Disgaea for that.
Like,
Operation
complete. Yeah, Disgaea, where you can, you can do like 1 million damage in one hit. Like...
No infantry has more than 999 HP. I'll let you take a guess as to who the infantry guy with 99 HP is.
Largo?
No, Ty the Immortal.
Oh.
That'll be his final health bar.